BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports contests and events with first-to-market odds and lines. What's up, y'all? It's your man, Lloyd Spence. And listen, all you got to do is find your reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf, all at betonline.ag. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. So, head to BetOnline today and use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, that's BELIEVE50, B-L-E-A-V 50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. It's BetOnline, it's where the game starts. Tell them the Noisemakers sent you.
Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Popcorn World. Can I make you groove now? Yes, I can. So you can get this groove in the back of a can. You can make it round the world when it holds in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. 250 flavors. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. The Popcorn World.
You're now listening to the Brothers of the Five. At shooting guard, it's your boy, Killer Cam. At small forward, it's Reggie Love. At point guard, Steve Major. At power forward, I'll be. And at center, Mr. Noise, Lloyd Spence. And now, the brothers of the Five.
Add one more plus me and you got
Well, listen, we're running a two-man weave tonight. But that's okay. It's Reggie Love. Two-man weave, back and forth, right down the floor.
We have to go with it, brother.
Yeah, man. It's good to see you, Reggie Love. How you feeling, baby?
I'm good, Lord. How are you, brother?
Man, I am good, man. I've had a good day, good week so far, man. It's been good. I got no complaints, brother. No, glad to be able to jump on here with you and talk a little sports, and we're gonna rock this thing on out, my man.
There it is. And we'll do that two-man weave.
We'll do a two-man until right.
Right.
Man. So we'll go ahead and jump on in and start right at the top with this is the five. For those who don't know, this is the five, and we do 5 questions each week. What we think of the 5 top questions in sports, and so okay, we can turn to a 3-man weave now. We good now. All right, good.
Three-man weave. Hey, that's all we need. A 3-man weave. That's what you need.
3-man weave works a little better than 2. 2, you just pass it back and forth.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas?
Yeah, man. What's good, brother?
Have you ever tried the 5-man? That's
5 is hard. 5 is hard.
Very hard.
It's very hard. I've tried a 5. It's not the easiest to do. Everybody got to be on the same page.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. The sun is shining a little brighter today. Birds are chirping. Birds are chirping a little bit louder today.
Here
you know what this is. You know what this is coming in with this.
Ain't nobody calling me or texting me.
Hey, I heard you got your new quarterback. I heard you got a quarterback situation going on right here. That's what they told me.
No, ain't no situation.
That's what your owner said. I'm just telling you what your owner said.
We're going with the person that make the most money.
Oh, shoot. Right now.
Clearly, y'all doing that because the 2 people that's playing the best, y'all don't want to play them. Cooper Rush and Tony Pollard. Ain't that ironic? The 2 people that make the most had nothing to do with the win.
Hey, and by the way, you probably need to get all you can get out of Tony Pollard this year because you might not have him next year.
He's gonna make a great compliment to Saquon next year. I'm excited. So I'm excited about that.
Don't be surprised if Zeke goes and Tony stays.
Hey,
the only problem if Tony got to get to, he got to learn how to block. If he can do that, he can stay.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He could have Zeke's position if he can block, but he can't block worth a quarter. So, well, gentlemen, let's jump right in. Because before we get to any of that, we got this as your number 1 question, which the NBA is back. They have hit training camp. Everybody's there. Everybody's lost weight. Everybody's trying to. Everybody avoided the trades, rumors, and
right
now we got a whole thing happening. So the NBA is back. So which storyline from not your favorite team is most intriguing to you? And I'll go first. I'll start out. For me, it's the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm excited to see, first of all, if you believe that James Harden lost 100 pounds in 3 months, then there's also a bridge in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that I'd like to sell you, and you can get it for the low price of $2 million. But I digress. But I am excited to see that. But to that same point, he does look good. He looks like he's in shape. It looks like he's ready. Now, I don't know though. The only question I have about him is you don't get old, you don't get faster when you get older. You don't get and the NBA rule is still, the James Harden rule is still in effect.
Right.
So how's he going to adjust his game to all of the new changes and that have taken place, because he hasn't adjusted well so far? And can he truly play with Joel Embiid? But if he can get back to being the old James Harden, and Joel can stay healthy, and now that they got PJ Tucker to truly do the dirty work, and Matisse Thybulle, it's an interesting team.
Well, one thing I'm interested to see, can this be not even an old James Harden, a better James Harden?
Or a better James Harden.
The reason why I say better, because once you lose weight, you should get a little bit faster.
Right.
You can move your feet a little bit more on the defensive end, and you get a little bit lighter, so you have a little extra spring in your jump shot, a little extra height on your layup. So
a little stamina.
And your stamina is better. Exactly. So, I mean, to me, I would love to see better James Harden on the defensive end. If you can put that together, then we might have a better overall better James Harden.
Yeah.
And it don't have to be much for him to do. Just stay in front of your man. That's just stay in front of your man.
Well, no, honestly, his defense should improve because with all due respect to Clint Capella, Clint was just basically a shot blocker. He wasn't necessarily a great defender. He was just a good shot blocker. Whereas Joel's a good defender.
Right.
And so he's got help. And he's got help on his other side with Matisse. He's got help with PJ. So you're right, Chad. You're not asking to do much other than just shift your feet left to right and try to make it a little challenging for whoever's playing the PG position.
Hey, I always tell the boys, defense is effort and positioning.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So that's my pick as a team. Now, individually, obviously, I'm very curious to see if Zion is going, he looks better. I ain't going to say he looks great. He looks better. He looks like he shed about probably 30, 40, 50 pounds, which is good. We'll see. We'll see. Of course, they tweeting out stuff today. Oh, he tore him up in practice today. Okay, we'll see.
Right,
we'll see. So those are my suggestions. What about you guys?
Mine is this whole Monty Williams and Ayton situation.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. Those guys haven't spoke since Game 7.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Right. But see, I'm going to put it. If this is true. I love money now. I love money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to bash money. Yeah. But Monty is the coach, head coach. He's the wiser and he's the older person. I mean, he's the wiser, he's the coach. That's when you step in and say, hey, we got you back. What's up, Cam? How are you, brother?
What's up, Cam?
That's when you step up as that coach in that leadership role and you go to the young fella and say, hey, let's sweep whatever we had in Game 7 or whatever our issue was last year. Let's sweep that under the rug. He should have took a flight to wherever he was this summer. Once they signed him and once they got him under that contract, he should have took a flight wherever Ayton was. If he's in Phoenix or he was in Alaska, find it and have that conversation because he's the glue to if you want to get back to that championship next year. And hey, the West has got harder. Let's be honest. The West has got harder. So you need to do whatever you need to do to see if you can fight to get him on the track to getting back to that championship level that y'all were 2 years ago.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised to hear Ayton say that. I'd be lying. I was actually kind of stunned. Like, y'all haven't talked? Like, really? Like, at all?
Yeah, he kind of covered up to say he didn't really talk to anybody. So I don't know.
But that's not good either. That's not good either. Like,
but it goes back to money too. That's the coach. That's the coaching aspect of it. And I love money, but I think if this is true, what he's saying, Monty has failed in that aspect of it.
But I'm also put a little bit of that on Chris because Chris, you the point guard, you the leader of the team. You ain't spoke to this dude. Like y'all know how y'all left it. Y'all know how y'all walked off the court in Dallas or in Phoenix, wherever it was, the final game was.
How old is Ayton? About what, 24, 25?
24, 25, something like that. He's young.
Think about that with your mindset as a 24-year-old. You ain't gonna talk
that's
to me.
What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I would think that he would want to reach out and say something.
Right.
So I'm gonna put a little bit. To me, I'm gonna put a little bit of that on Chris and Devin and say y'all supposed to reach out, man. Like stuff like this don't get fixed just by osmosis. Like somebody got to talk. But now I'll say this too. I watched the team. I looked at the team picture with the Philadelphia 76ers, and Joel didn't look like he was chumming it up with James Harden either. So I don't know. If body language was a person, it didn't look good in either team. So we'll see. But that's a good one, Reggie. That's a good one. Cam, Chad, who are you? What storyline are you most intrigued by of the team that's not our team? I know what we as Laker fans are intrigued by, but outside of Lakerland, what are you intrigued by?
Well, on my end, the thing in Boston, how that's going to play out as far as not having your coach for a year, and I'm sure those guys are going to respond to the new interim coach, but how that is going to be, being 1 year removed from the championship, and you got to kind of get that back right, and kind of set your team in a mindset. So that's going to be kind of interesting. And then the Nets, Brooklyn Nets, and how that whole saga went, and how Steve Nash is going to be able to work with KD and Kyrie, and how that's going to go.
I honestly think they're not going to miss a beat.
We're talking about Boston.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to miss a beat. I think they'll be all right.
Just think about Boston. It goes beyond the coach situation. That Jaylen Brown situation started a little bit in there before the whole situation with the coach.
Right.
So I think it's a lot of, and then you have a lot of young players, so we don't know their mindset, but then internally as a team, they got a few things to fix. Let's be honest. They do. So Boston is interesting. I don't know. It's very interesting how they're going to respond. Very interesting. I don't know. Has anybody hearing anything about the coach that they putting in place? How the guys respect him, and have any news on that?
Yeah, I've heard that it's a very high level of respect for him, and they he's been on the staff. It's not like it's a foreign thing. But Marcus Smart talked a lot about how it actually makes it easier because they are familiar with him. He basically, I think he coached the defense or offense. Was it Cam? You remember?
I'm not sure.
It's one of he was responsible for one side of the ball. Put it like that. Yeah. And so I don't think it's going to be much drop off. Now you talk about putting the ketchup back in the bottle. The Nets is the one that makes me go, huh? This will be interesting. Yeah. When you try to get a coach fired, and I don't know.
but you know why that's not that interesting to me? I'm gonna tell y'all why.
What's that?
Because that's what they do. That's who Kyrie and KD is.
That's a good point.
Nothing different.
That's a very good point.
I mean, do y'all expect anything different from them?
No.
If you think about, did y'all hear the comment that KD said he wasn't going to be the bridge between them and the ownership and Kyrie? What is? Let me ask you a question. Isn't that part of leadership?
He doesn't want to be a leader, though, right?
Well, all of KD's comments to me were interesting. Like the one he had today was, well, I looked at how the Warriors did when their best players were out, and I didn't understand why we couldn't have that going as well. Like when the Warriors' best players was out, they kept winning games, and we seemed like we couldn't win games. It shouldn't matter who's out. Y'all should keep winning games even if I'm out. And I'm like, but that's where your leadership comes in at. That's that. Do you not understand that? Like, do you not?
That's
get that, sir.
So to me, that's showing that he's a phenomenal talent. Probably one of the best players to ever play the game once it's all said and done. But he severely lacks leadership to me, or understanding what leadership is. I'm not going to say lack leadership, but him understanding what leadership is.
I think what I'm going to start saying about him is that he's one of the most talented maybe the most talented, individually talented players we've ever seen. But when you put the whole package together, it lacks a lot.
Right.
It lacks a lot. It lacks a whole lot. But Cam, what team are you interested in seeing, brother?
You said that's not my team?
That's not the Lakers. Not the Lakers.
The Knicks?
We know what we want, but
Knicks?
right. Huh?
The Knicks?
The Knicks.
I'm just curious to see what's going to happen now that they went all in on Donovan Mitchell, and that didn't happen because they got a lot of contracts. That's gonna be. They got a lot of overplayed players.
Yeah,
and so I'm just curious to know if this is going to be enough for somebody to vote Dolan out and get this thing turned around, because I just clearly showed that the guys just don't care about winning, period.
You know what's amazing about what you just said?
Wow.
We've had this conversation before, not on this show, but every one of us individually have had this conversation about the Knicks before, in a barbershop, in a group, in a card game, on a road trip with your boys. You talked about the Knicks, and we said, man, they seem like they got a lot of contracts, bad contracts. We've been talking about bad contracts with the Knicks for 30 years. And it just seemed like the more things change, the more things stay the same with them. So
they probably still paying Patrick Ewing. No, I'm just joking.
Right. They probably got him on a Bobby Bonilla type contract.
You're right.
Yeah, you're probably right, too.
So I don't know. That's a good one. Just on the outside, also, I forgot to mention this. What about Cleveland? I'm kind of curious about that Cleveland thing. Since you mentioned Donovan Mitchell, they seem very excited about what that could be, and they could actually be a sneaky good team.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, with the young pieces that they have, and now you got Donovan Mitchell in the fold. They definitely, I see them, either in that third or fifth spot.
In the third or fifth. Wow. Third to fifth.
Yeah.
Hey, let's be honest. If we think about the whole NBA, you can think of 5 teams that can probably come out of the East and West. There's not really. Yeah, we got the defending champions, but can we necessarily say, you know what? Golden State is going to be right back in the championship next year.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't just hand it to them.
Exactly.
All things being healthy. Yeah. I wouldn't hand it to them.
Because you just and like I said, you just don't know how the health is going. Because you think about, okay, how's Denver going to look with Murray back? Is Phoenix going? I'm just talking about the West. Is Phoenix going to get it back together? Let's look at the young Memphis. Are they going to continue to grow?
Oh,
are the Lakers going to put the talent back together? Are the Clippers going to do what they do? You got 6-7 teams over in the West alone that you can say, if they stay healthy, they can come out of the West.
Yeah.
Well, the good news in the West, one spot opened up because we know the Jazz is out. So that's going to help out quite a bit. And that might be the saving grace for the Lakers and the Spurs as well. What
did Pop just tell y'all? If y'all betting on Spurs to be in the championship, don't bet on them. Didn't Pop just tell y'all?
That. I was a little. I never heard Pop be so candid about that.
I love Pop because me and Pop realists around here.
Yeah, he did say that. But hold on, I got to go before I know we got to move on. But Chad, you said you see them as the third to the fifth.
Yes.
So that means you're taking out, because last year's third through the fifth was the Bucks, the 76ers, and the Raptors.
Taking out the Raptors.
They can take out the Raptors.
Taking out the Raptors. Wow.
Really?
You don't believe in the 76ers, Cam?
No, I believe in what the Cavs got.
You believe more Cavs than 76ers?
I believe in what they got.
Wow.
With Garland, Donovan, LeVert,
Mobley.
I just
and let's be honest, the big guy for the 76ers haven't played a whole year healthy since he's been in the league.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Joel ain't played a whole year healthy. Now
even though he's still been in the running for MVP the last couple of years and still ain't played a full season.
He got robbed last year, though.
And we don't know what James Harden we would get this year either. So
Yeah. All right. Well, we interesting statement you made there, Mr. Major. I'm curious about that one. We'll start with you, brother. What's your NFC best, worst, and surprise team this week?
The best team, I really don't want to say it.
Yes, you
The Philadelphia Eagles looked good still. But I'm also, the Eagles, I'm going with the Eagles. The worst team, I have to go with the Saints losing. Even though Jameis threw for almost 400 yards, they still lost. And Chris Olave went off. Baker Mayfield's doing a little bit of something over there. So the Saints losing was my worst. And the surprise, the Cowboys, keep winning. Keep Cooper Rush still, doing them drives, man. He's still doing his last minute drives. And even though it could have blew up a little bit more with CD, bobbling the ball and, missing the ball. I just feel like, we on a high, but not sure what that Dak decision going to look like. So that could mess up the momentum or hurt or keep the momentum going. So
there was no doubt you were going to get the Cowboys in there somewhere. It was just a matter of where they were going to land. But that's
as long as you know, man. As long as you know that ain't nobody calling me.
here we go.
You know what I'm saying? My phone been real quiet this week.
Cowboy fans, boy. You can't.
Here we go.
All right. Cam, who you going with this week for your best, worst, and surprise, sir?
I'm gonna go Philly.
Okay.
That's my best. I'm gonna go with my surprise team as Green Bay.
That's an interesting choice.
Aaron Rodgers don't have a name receiver, and he's doing it. It looks like he's gonna make it happen now.
Okay.
They could put that game away in the first half, by the way, if they don't fumble on the goal line before halftime.
Yeah.
And then for my worst, man, I'm gonna say Arizona.
Oh, I was going with that was me.
It looked like Kyler don't even know the playbook, don't know what's going on, and it looked like he's gonna get his coach fired. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Well, they may have to reestablish that clause in the contract where he
learned the playbook.
He learned the playbook.
Yeah. That's definitely going to have to be enforced.
They took that out, so they should have kept that in. I don't know. That's a okay. All right. Reggie Love, what you doing this week?
Man, my best is gonna got to go with Philly, man. Man, Philly, they're playing really, really well. Really well. Man, Jaden, is it Jalen?
Jalen, yeah.
Hey, man, we talking about surprise MVP. If that kid keeps playing like that may be our surprise MVP.
Okay.
If he keeps playing like that, I mean, because and I know I keep saying it. I said it last week, man. If they could take Dak back in time, brother, they should have been using Dak like that kid.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
My surprise, you know what? I'm gonna go with the Cowboys because literally, I predicted the Giants to win that game and win by at least a touchdown.
You sure did. You sure did.
And I got to give it to them. And you know what? Speaking of the Giants, dude, the quarterback is not playing bad at all to me. That's just my.
He did not play bad.
Troy said he's playing pretty decent. Now, I think you still, man, how much money is the Giants going to spend on the O-line and really get nothing out of this? I'm just trying to figure this out. Lord, help me out.
I can't help it.
$800 million on O-line in the last 5 years is nothing really changed.
Evan Neal was getting abused all night.
Exactly.
He was getting abused all night.
And now y'all got a receiver down, so that's tough. But man, Daniel Jones, man, I mean, I know I messed with you last year about it, but he's kind of impressed me these last 3 games. I'm gonna be honest.
I got you.
Not impressed me like Jalen Hurts impressed me, but he's actually stepped up. So
he's trying to keep his job.
Yeah,
That's because he has a running back now.
yeah, and he's even with the offensive line, he's moving around that pocket and getting out that pocket and making passes on the run. So I mean, you think about that last play, the receiver on that curl. I think it was more of a curl route. He slipped on the route, but
it was a timing route, and
it was a timing route. But he was putting that ball out there before he made his break, and that's what you want on the quarterback. And of course, old Lucky Brown got that darn interception again. I'm just saying that dude right
Diggs.
I'm sorry, Diggs.
Yeah, Brown is trash. Brown is trash.
But I got to give a shout out to the Cowboys, man. So, but my worst, I got to go with the Cardinals, man. I'm trying to figure the Cardinals out. I don't know if they're not, the offense is not fit for Kyler, or Kyler is not. I don't understand. So.
It is really hard for me to believe that DeAndre Hopkins makes this much of a difference in that offense. When it ain't like you ain't got nobody else on the offense. You got other receivers. You got a great tight end. You got a great running back. Y'all can't get nothing going. Y'all can't score more than 12 points.
But here's the thing. I don't think if I'm not a quarterback coach, I don't think Kyler is the type of quarterback that you got to keep. You can't keep him in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? He's too small to keep in the pocket all the time. So I don't know what's going on with him. I just don't.
Well, I tell you what's about to happen. There will be no more quarterbacks drafted at that size anymore. I can promise you that.
Yeah,
I'm being honest. I know that sounds like shade, but I'm telling you, it's going to be tough for a quarterback at that size to ever be drafted again, because you're seeing the problem. You're saying, man, is it that he can't see? Is it that what is it that's causing him to play like this? And I'm telling you, he's making it tough for people his size to play the position. So I agree with you, Reg. I'll make mine quick. I'll make it a clean sweep for the Eagles, though. I'm gonna take a lot off. Unlike other people, I'm gonna take a lot off because it was the Commanders, and the Commanders don't seem to be great, and Carson Wentz seems to be worse than that. So I'm gonna take some off, but they did what you're supposed to do to bad teams. They beat them the way you beat them. My worst is clearly the Giants' offensive line. I don't know what we've done, but I think, man, when you have a GM that jacks up your franchise for 7 to 8 years and digs a hole for you like this, you can't just climb out of that hole overnight. And so, and now Andrew Thomas, I give him tremendous credit. He's playing his behind off. He looks good. He just got to get some help. Evan Neal got to step up. Some of the other guys got to step up. There was a couple of guys out, so I get it. But now the other side of this is, and this is just being honest, Cowboys front seven is good. They are good. They are very good. And they will tee off on you, and you're going to have to figure out how to stop them. So I'm going to give them credit for that. But I think we can play better than what we played, because they didn't have – as good as the Cowboys front seven was, they didn't kill us. So we did all right. So we'll see how it goes. And then my surprise was the Falcons beat the Seahawks. Maybe they found something. Maybe it's not going to be. Maybe they're not going to end up the first pick of the draft. Maybe. Or maybe the Seahawks just aren't very good either. But to go up to Seattle and win that game, that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, it is the Seahawks. It is the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's hard to win in that building, though. It's hard to win in that building. So, in the AFC, man, I don't know if you can go any other way but the Dolphins, can't you?
Hey, I'm in agreement with that.
Listen, all of us, most of us, on when I say us, I mean most media people said, man, the Bills are gonna run away with well, I said most, Kev. I said most. I
picked them to win the division.
Huh?
I picked them to win the division.
The Dolphins.
Yes.
Right. I'm just saying a lot of us said that the Bills were going to win the whole thing.
The whole world.
Right. Pretty much everybody. It's very few people I didn't hear say the Bills were going to
We
win.
changing rules for Buffalo and Josh Allen.
Exactly. And the Dolphins won the game. And by the way, they won that game. It wasn't like the Bills made so many mistakes. They made some mistakes, but the Dolphins literally kicked the man in his ass. Like he literally on a punt kicked him in the back of his behind with the ball. And yet they still won the game. So I got to give the Dolphins credit, man. They listen. Now is Tua really this good, or he just got a lot of great weapons? We're gonna find out.
Let me tell you the biggest difference in Tua.
Yeah,
is that he's recovering from the hip. I'm telling you, he's recovering. Like, come on, man. Nick Saban went and got him. Like, he got to be somewhat good. Some people didn't even know who Tua was before he went to Alabama.
right.
He was playing good. He got hurt. That hip thing, it put Bo Jackson out of football.
Yeah.
Like, the hip is a major thing. And I just feel like he's moving better in the pocket. Of course, he's young. His decision-making going to get better every game. So
Well, I'll say this: he's slinging that thing all around the field and looking good doing it. So
Yeah, he got nicked up at the end, didn't he?
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, well, he had a full-on concussion, even though they said it was his back. But
Yeah. I saw the video. I'm like,
yeah, they talking about that too.
as they should be. So
It's under investigation right now.
yeah, my worst is the Chargers. I don't know what they doing. I'm not sure what they're doing right now. And let me just say this: they should have lost the game, but not because Justin Herbert played, but because he didn't play. He should not have played. And that lick he took in the first half, once he took that lick, it was over. He couldn't put zip on the ball. That dude was in pain.
I'm surprised they played him after the second game he got hurt.
I don't understand why not eat this one and just prepare to back up, try to win the best way you can. If you win, fine. If you don't, it's okay. But at least, I don't even know.
Chase Daniels over there? No, it's not Chase Daniels.
No, that's not.
I don't think it's Chase.
Chase was warming up in week 1 for somebody. I can't remember who it was.
If I can tell you, I'll tell you right now who the backup is, gentlemen. Oh, we stand corrected. It is Chase Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And Easton Stick is his backup. So I'd have prepared Chase. Chase could get you one game.
Oh yeah.
Surely that defense and Chase should be able to get you one game.
They're who?
Well, I say that defense should be. They haven't looked great these last 2 games. I'll agree. Which is another reason why I picked them as my worst, because I'm not sure what they're doing over there.
Well, they gave up 38, 27, and 19. So
they're not playing great, but the pieces seem to be there. I mean, you got Khalil Mack, for Christ's sake. Come on, man. What are y'all doing?
Crazy.
You got Derwin James. You got Asante Samuel Jr. You got
Bosa.
Yeah, you got both.
Yeah, you got all the pieces. Something surely, I'd take that secondary right now in New York. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. And then my surprise, team-wise, is the Colts, because everybody had them buried this week and was saying Matt Ryan, no, it's not gonna happen. That was a mistake. And they went, all they did was just go ahead and beat down an offense that was supposed to be one of the best in the league. So shout out to the Colts, man, for possibly saving their season. And the individual, he's back. He's back. He is back.
He's been missing for a couple weeks.
Yeah. And then my player surprise is I'm stunned that Lamar is playing at this level. Like that is, man, I don't know what to say about this dude. I heard a stat Monday that said he was on pace to throw 5,600 yards and have 61 touchdowns overall.
Hey, you know what we say?
Like this.
You know what we say? Yesterday's price is not today's price. He driving that price up.
Man, by the time it's all said and done, They got to pay that dude $300 million guaranteed if he keep playing like this. I mean, so that's my picks there, guys. Reggie, what you doing on your end, brother?
Man, like I said, we all in agreement on Miami, so we just had a full discussion on Miami. I guess Chad said his is different. My worst team is Las Vegas. That's my I don't know what's the problem. I mean, somebody help me out. They 0-3.
I got nothing on them either. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Go ahead.
You got one of the best receivers and best tight ends in the game.
Yeah.
You got a top, what would we say, a top 15 quarterback?
Quarterback, I say top 15 running back.
Running back. Defense is fairly.
You pretty much got the best receiver, possibly the best receiver in the league.
So yeah. And like I said, I gotta agree with you. I'm not gonna fight you about the surprise team, Lord. I don't care what you say, Lord. I'm not gonna fight you. You right, Lord. Colts was my surprise team. Defense, man. I know Matt Ryan finally came out of the shell a little bit. I don't know what. I think something's going on with the receivers, connection with him and receivers. I always said it's going to take 3 games.
Takes time.
They don't have a preseason. Yeah, they don't have a preseason. So then you got to, with the running, I think the offense is going to come along. I still think, my personal opinion, we still need one more receiver that needs to step up besides Pittman. Just going to be that number 2, a solid number 1 or 2 option.
His name is Odell Beckham.
Yeah, I'll take him. So
Antonio Brown is still out there looking for a job, ain't he?
Like I told you, we love our locker room. We love our locker room. We do. We don't want to have everybody with hoods on in the game with Kanye West new flip flops. No, we don't want all that in the. So. But no, that's my surprise.
Okay. Colts look good, man. I mean, that was a much better game. It's like a totally different team.
It's defense, man. That was all defense. I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It
minus the maniac.
Yeah, exactly. And okay, whatever that Kansas City player told Matty Ice, he must have fired him up that last drive.
Yeah,
he said something to him
because he settled down and just went to work.
Yeah, so. I appreciate that. Whoever the defensive was a defensive
Chris
tackle.
Jones?
I
think it was Chris Jones.
Was it Chris Jones that tried to say something slick?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you.
Shout out to stupidity.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And then he did it right in front of the white hat. So yeah, that wasn't the smartest.
I think he was the same Chris Jones that had the defensive holding against the Patriots in the AFC Championship game.
He was. That is the same Chris Jones. That is the same Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Both sides. That's what it was.
Ken, what you doing this week in the AFC?
For dominant?
Yeah, best, worst, surprise, yeah.
For best,
or dominant, you want to call him dominant?
For best, I'm gonna put the Colts for best.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the Colts for best. Because we're doing that without our clearly our best player on our team. People think it's Jonathan Taylor. The maniac is our best player. He controls the entire defense. And you think we're playing good defense now? Wait till he get back on the field. It's like the Cowboys playing good defense without Micah Parsons. Like when you get that kind of a player back on the field, it's like, you can't control it, right? So
yeah.
My surprise was the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I say surprise. Not because they won, but because how they're winning, how they won, because they locked down Buffalo's offense. That's why I say that. So that's why they're my surprise. And then I had a toss up for my worst. I really want to say Las Vegas. I really want to say Las Vegas. I'm gonna say New England. And I'm going to say New England for one reason. They got to get offensive coordinator. It can't be offensive coordinator by committee. And now Matt Jones may be hurt. This may get ugly. This might get ugly. And with all due respect, I know what Chad is going to say. Chad, I'm not surprised by the Jags. The Jags was going to be my surprise, but I feel like the Jags got a coach now, and I think that's all he was missing was a coach. So
I'm gonna tell y'all something else too. I'm gonna give y'all 2 words that we're gonna need to remember and burn into our mind. Christian Kirk. That is a grown man out there playing football. He's killing them.
A&M alumni.
Wasn't he with the Cardinals before?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they should let him go because he is a beast, bro.
Yeah.
And him and Trevor done found something early. They done found something early. So yeah, shout out to Christian Kirk. All right, take us there, Chad. What we doing?
My AFC best, I'm gonna go with them Jacksonville Jaguars because Trevor Lawrence is, he's showing why he was picked, number 1. So him and those guys, Albert Young, they still got it done against the Chargers, even though Herbert was, lackadaisical and woozy and whatnot. They shouldn't have won that game because of what we say as far as the Chargers, have all these people. So
yeah,
I went with them as best.
I think the Jags may have the best coach in that game though.
True.
Super Bowl pedigree.
Yeah.
He definitely made his presence felt. So
I said last week, all roads to the AFC South lead through Jacksonville. So
is there a huge difference in Urban Meyer and Peterson? And it's like
yes.
There's a massive difference.
Yes.
There's a massive Grand Canyon like difference between Doug Peterson and at least in the NFL.
Yeah. And so my worst, I'm going to go with the Raiders. All this hype during the season, got Devontae Adams and everything, and definitely haven't got a win yet. So that's definitely a surprise. And also they definitely need to get it together. My surprise team, which I thought the Bills was going to beat the Dolphins. So, I definitely go with the Dolphins as my surprise team. Seeing as Tua is 9-1 in his last 10 starts, that's pretty impressive. So I think he definitely got them boys playing, and him and Tyreek are clicking on all cylinders. So,
man.
I guess the cool thing about it, the Raiders keep playing the way they are. New England may get their offensive coordinator back.
Yeah, that is very true. This might not last long. Yeah. I want to go before we run over to college. Before we run to college, real quick, let me just point out this stat that initially we said the AFC West on paper looked like the most dominant, in the league, and the NFC East looked terrible again. Right now, the NFC East has 3 teams that are over 500, and the AFC West is 50%. Just throwing it out there.
Wow.
It's still early, but I'm just saying. They're the only NFC East is the only conference with 3 teams that are over 500. So there you go. All right, let's run over to college real quick, gentlemen. College football is in full effect. We're seeing some pretty decent games, some crazy games. Who was your best, worst, and surprise team performances from the college ranks this week? Whoever would like to go first.
Oh.
Sure, I'll go ahead and go. We already know one of my teams is going to be Michigan Wolverines. Win against Maryland. Tua's little brother roughed them up a little bit. So it was a good game, and they figured out how to blow that game open a little bit. So definitely them and Florida State, 4-0. That's it's been a long time since they've been 4-0.
They ain't playing nobody.
I mean, you got to play who's in front of you.
They play no West and play no East.
Got to play who's in front of you. So I'm giving the love to Florida State and those Seminoles. My worst, we're gonna go with the Oklahoma Sooners. Losing. So I'm definitely going with Oklahoma on that one.
That was the worst thing you saw in college football?
Yeah. Yeah, it was worse. Well, not necessarily the worst.
You know, we won 4 against Kansas State the last 5 years, and you said that's the worst.
Okay, I'm gonna retract that statement.
My bad.
The worst.
Let me get out of my not my feelings. Let me get out of my stats.
Okay, let me actually get to the worst. I just wanted to give that to you. The worst is Warner University.
Who?
Warner University.
Warner?
Lost to Stephen F. Austin, 98-0.
That's bad. That's bad, Chad.
That's bad.
That's a legitimate worst. That's bad. I'll agree with that. That is bad.
Yeah, they lost 98-0, man.
I'm not sure it gets worse than 98-0.
Yeah, that was terrible. So, in my surprise, the Clemson Wake going into overtime. I thought Clemson would, win it. It wouldn't be that close, but I didn't. I think it would go into overtime. So, going to Clemson.
Clemson's not good. Clemson's not good.
Yeah,
they are not a good team.
Even though I picked them to win, though, I did pick them to win. So.
And Wake Forest should have won that game. If you watch the game, Wake Forest should have won that game. Yeah. But I mean, you know, we'll see.
Oh,
all right.
I'll step in if you want. Yep.
Yeah, no, go ahead, jump in there, brother.
Oh, my best team. I got to go with the Tide. I mean, they handled Vanderbilt, even though Vanderbilt at least could have scored a touchdown, but Alabama actually played fairly well this weekend, 55-3 against a SEC squad. So I got to give them the best. The worst team, I'm sorry, you Canes, Miami Hurricane losing to Middle Tennessee. And I watched them play the week before. I don't know what the hype is about the quarterback. I don't know what it is. And I watched them back-to-back weeks, and it's, you know, like I said, I can't go play quarterback, so I'm not going to criticize the young man, but I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the hype about him that everybody was talking about. I haven't seen it yet.
You and me both, brother, because I don't get it. I do not get it.
And my surprise hurts my heart is the A&M win over Arkansas. It's amazing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out one play. It was a landslide before one play. It was a landslide. And it just completely turned the game around and got in the quarterback's head. And then what's the odds of when you kick a field goal, it hits the top of the post and falls back? I mean, and I text Lord, I said, you know what? It just wasn't meant to be. But I got to give it A&M. They won. That was the surprise. So, but I just don't feel like A&M is really showing me that they're this great team that everybody.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I'm going to pick up where you left off and say the opposite, but the same thing that you just said. My surprise is Arkansas's kicker. Because if you gave that dude 100 tries to do that again, he wouldn't be able to do that again. The top of the goal, the very top of the goalpost. I've never seen that in my entire life. Have y'all ever seen that? Anybody do that? I've never seen anybody do that. In high school, college, pro, never seen anybody do that. So you're right, Reggie. I thought your post was apropos. Some things just ain't meant to be. I don't know why it wasn't meant to be, but it clearly wasn't, because Arkansas was by far the better team. Right. And prior to that 4-yard dive into attempt to dive in the end zone, they were rolling, and Texas A&M had no answer.
Right.
So I don't know what happened, man, but mentally they just got to get stronger and stay in the game. But yeah, Arkansas kicker is my surprise.
If he wants to be an NFL quarterback, he's going to have to get mentally strong.
You got to get tight. You got to get tougher, a lot tougher. I want to look in the camera, and I'm gonna solo out just a little bit here, guys. Because I'm going to do this today, and I'm also going to do it tomorrow on Believe in the ACC. But I want to do it right now. Miami fans, you are not back. Stop saying that you're back. Stop putting stuff out that you're back. You are the same Miami that you have always been in the last 10, 15 years. And that's just how it is. Okay. Sometimes you got to give your friends reality checks. They're not back. And by the way, I said it on Believe in the ACC. I don't get Van Dyke's hype. I don't get it. But everybody, that's all you hear. Oh, Van Dyke. Oh man. Well, now Van Dyke is benched, and I dare say, how do you go back to him, bro? You can't pass against Middle Tennessee. So I don't know, because by the way, the score does not indicate how bad they got whooped in that game.
Right.
If you watch the game, Middle Tennessee controlled that whole game the entire time. So
Need to bring that turnover chain back, man.
no, well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe that'll help them get focused. But they were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. And I have to say it though, Georgia and Alabama are the best two teams in the country. I give my best this week to Michigan. I will definitely give it to Michigan. They played that. They had a good week. They had a really good week. So there it is, gentlemen. Your best, worst NFL and college. In our fifth question,
can I get my comment?
Cam didn't get his.
I thought you gave yours. I'm so sorry, Cam. Go ahead, brother.
My worst team. It's fine. My worst team is Miami. No need to talk about it. My surprise team was Texas Tech, beating Texas, even though it was in Lubbock.
Yeah.
Tech got another good. Tech, I think they got one loss, but they beat Houston. I think
because you thought Texas was going to build on that Alabama game, and they have.
Texas got a quarterback issue going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's the reason they lost, but they got a quarterback issue.
Something ain't going right. That's for sure. Okay,
it's called Steve Sarkisian. Some people are coordinators, and some people are coaches.
Ooh, man, he said a lot about that.
I mean,
he said a lot. We're looking at you, Urban Meyer.
But you might not be wrong.
Looking at you, Urban Meyer.
That was my surprise team.
Okay.
And then man, I was gonna tell you about another team. But then the team I'm gonna go with, the best team, dominant team, and I'm not gonna change probably for a while until they show me something different. Is the Ohio State.
Really? Oh, you loving Ohio State?
That's what I picked for the beginning. I picked CJ to get the Heisman.
Is he the clear Heisman right now? Is he?
I don't know if it's clear. I don't know if it's clear because Caleb Williams is playing good.
Caleb's doing great. You're doing great.
And you can't count out Bryce Young.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. How did we all do last week? I don't remember. I believe I picked Arkansas. I believe I
can tell you who.
You got the records? Okay, give us the records, Chad.
Well, I can just tell you who picked who. We all went with Arkansas.
Yeah, we all took the L on that one.
Failed that miserably. Everybody played Clemson except for you.
He failed that one.
Yeah, he failed that one.
But I shouldn't have though.
No, we can't go with shouldn't have.
You can't go with shouldn't have. You're right. You're right.
We all picked the Chiefs.
We all picked the Chiefs.
Oh, whoa. Say it again.
So we all picked the Chiefs last
week.
All
we all picked the Chiefs?
Yeah, we picked
I wasn't on the call.
Oh, okay.
He ain't got
no.
Okay.
He was
was he still on?
Yeah, he said all this stuff.
That's right, you still were on.
I'm gonna pick with all this.
He picked with his head.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. The way we played against Jacksonville, I was thinking so.
Why? We lost. We don't win in Jacksonville for the last.
I know it.
6-7 years.
But the way we lost.
Right.
Yeah. We all picked the Broncos.
Okay.
And let's see who you got up there.
And barely got that one.
Yeah.
That was a sad game.
Everybody picked the Bills.
Yeah.
And except for Jamal, he picked the Dolphins.
Who knew, man? Who knew?
Yeah. I was going back and forth. I was going back and forth on that one.
Yeah, that was a tough one to pick. That was a tough game to pick.
Would it be for me?
I think, and we all picked the Raiders too. We picked
the
Raiders on that one.
So we took some serious L's last week. If you bet with us last week, We apologize.
Yeah. Everybody took the Cowboys last week too.
Yeah.
Did I take the Cowboys? I did take the Cowboys. I did take the Cowboys.
Yeah, everybody took the Cowboys.
Everybody took the Cowboys? Oh, well, from a opinion perspective, I did good then. Okay. All right. Well, then this week's 5 good picks. Let's put a theme song or something together. We're going to start with UK and Ole Miss. Quietly, Will Levis for UK kind of putting up some decent numbers.
Oh man.
Quietly putting up some decent numbers. Now, this will be his first. I would say this is going to be his first big test, although some would argue it was Florida. But I think this is the one where you're going to see on the road at Ole Miss, can he really do his thing?
I'm picking Ole Miss on the road.
Ole Miss on the road?
I mean, at home. I'm sorry, at home.
At home, right.
I'm going to see if what's his name? What's the coach for Ole Miss?
That's the hop around boy. What's his name? Because he reminds you of Josh McDaniels.
Yeah. What is his name?
What is his name?
The one that was at Tennessee, Kiffin.
Yeah, Kiffin, Lane Kiffin. Yeah, Lane Kiffin. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Lane Kiffin at home. That's just my pick.
All right.
If they were in Kentucky, I would have went with Kentucky.
Through 3 games, Will Levis has thrown 1,100 yards. He may have found something. So I know Louisville fans are going to lose their mind when I say this, but I'm going with Kentucky.
I'm going with Kentucky in a route.
I'm going with Kentucky. I think they may have found something in this kid. I'm hearing Mel Kiper say he might even be the first pick in the overall in the draft, which I don't know.
What? I'm going to erase that. I'm looking at some numbers right now because I haven't seen both teams play.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at some numbers. Kentucky. I'm gonna go with Kentucky.
You going Kentucky? Okay. Chad, what you doing?
I'm looking at some things that Ole Miss is squeaking by some teams.
Yeah, since everybody pulling the stats out, I'm going with Kentucky too. I'm not gonna be the odd man out.
All right. Probably the big game of the week. Alabama headed to Arkansas. 2:30 Central start time, 3:30 Eastern start time. The line is Alabama by 17. I don't know about that. That seems like a lot. That seems like you're being baited into something. The real question is, can Arkansas get Texas A&M out of their mind?
Alabama.
Here's going to be the problem with Arkansas is the secondary for Arkansas. That's going to be the issue. I'm not worried about the front four, and our secondary is not playing well right now. Mm-hmm. If we don't get no pressure on Alabama's quarterback, it's going to be a rout. So I don't think it's going to be a 17-point game. Alabama by 3.
Okay.
I really want to. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I just don't. It's just the secondary is wearing me, and they playing a top tier quarterback. They
are. They for sure are. I by the way, I really like Bryce Young. I really like Bryce Young. He's gonna make a fine Giants quarterback next year. Looking forward to seeing that young man do well.
Some games real quick, then.
I know that's right.
Hey.
He ain't gonna slip, so y'all better do something.
Hey. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Alabama as well, but I agree with you. I think 17 is a lot. I feel like it's probably gonna be more somewhere between 3 to 5.
If they can get to Bryce, Arkansas can win this game.
Well, they can definitely win it. I think that the challenge is the good news is they're playing at home.
Right.
Alabama seems to be not great on the road this year. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can go into that environment, which is going to be at a fever pitch, and pull this off. So I'm going to say Alabama, but I'm not as confident in that one.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you.
I'm going Alabama too.
Yeah. What about Dolphins Bengals? That should be an interesting one. A very interesting one.
Thursday night game, prime.
Dolphins.
This is Alabama. Alabama LSU Part 2.
For real.
You said Dolphins, Cam?
Yeah.
Really? You
The
didn't
Bengals-
why you said Dolphins?
For one, the Bengals defense is not the Bills defense.
That's true.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know how you cover Waddle and Tariq Hill. I don't know what the scheme is. Somebody's going to have a hell of a scheme to do it. And all Tua got to do is make good throws like he's been doing he's made a couple of bad throws, but what quarterback hasn't? You know what I mean?
Right.
You got Gesicki coming across the middle. You got Jesse Palmer coming across the middle. It's a lot, man. I'm telling you, that offense is a juggernaut, and their defense is solid. Now, Joe Burrow may have 6 sacks this game. Like, they have not fixed the offensive line for Cincinnati.
I mean, they have not fixed it.
And the Bengals, and the Dolphins come at you. They play a lot of man coverage, and they come at you.
They come at
So
you.
this may not want this could get ugly for the Bengals. Actually,
If they can get to Josh Allen, they surely can get to Joe Barrow.
exactly.
Easily.
Yeah, the Bengals got one of the worst offensive lines in the league, by the way.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ride with you in this car, and I'll get I'll be more than happy to get the pork sandwiches. I'm going Dolphins as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins too because I've heard Tyreek is a little bit motivated because he was calling out Eli Apple, so I think he's going to have a big.
Oh, he want Eli Apple back. Eli tried to show him up.
Great. That means he's gonna have 300 yards receiving now.
I have him in a fantasy league too, by the way. I'm very excited.
My 3 friends,
Mm.
not so fast.
Not so fast. You leak course holder.
Miami gets their first loss. The Bengals get on track a little bit. Tua's nicked up. He has an ankle and a back issue. Tua's nicked up. I'm going with it. Bengals going to get on track. If you play on man-to-man, they got 3 of the most potent receivers right there. If Burrow gets a chance to get it off, Bengals win.
All right. You better sway me back. I forgot Tua's hurt, and he may not play. That's a good point.
Huh?
They're saying he may not play. It's possible.
If he don't play, then it's a different story.
Is it? Is it?
Who's their backup?
That's right.
Who's the backup?
Y'all boy.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Who?
Teddy
Oh.
Bridgewater.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, Miami.
It ain't Fitzpatrick. You good?
Miami.
You might have swayed me, Reggie.
No, hey,
That's a good argument. That's really
Hey.
good.
I like to shake it up a little bit. I like to shake it up every now and then.
I don't think it matters.
I don't think I got a win last week, so I gotta pick somebody.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Play the safe bet.
Here's the thing. Reggie can go out and play quarterback because all you got to do is lay the ball out there, and Waddle and Hill going to go get it.
They're going to get it.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stay with the Dolphins, but I'm gonna be mad if they lose. Titans and Colts, man. This game all of a sudden became real interesting. Because now because neither one of them can afford to fall behind the Jaguars that far. Because the Jaguars look like they might be for real.
Hey, it's Colts all day. At the Colts, Tennessee offense is struggling big time.
I think this is the game where they officially replace Ryan Tannehill.
Well, I'm really gonna say the Colts now.
Can we get the Maniac back?
No, I'm talking about it'll happen in game. I'm saying it's in game. He'll start, but I think this is the game where they say,
And
"Oh, we can't take it no more."
and I really think that Matty Ice has found a rhythm from that last drive. All it takes is something to ignite the confidence. I think Matty Ice and the defense is starting to play well. Matter of fact, it may be the Colts by 2 touchdowns.
Oh.
I think we need to stop for a second and give Aaron Judd his props for hitting number 61.
Did he just hit 61?
That's why I just got a text saying he did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Listen,
He did.
that man,
Nice.
61. That's impressive, man.
Nice.
Hey. Matter of fact, let's give him the drop that he so richly deserves.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
For real.
Bless you.
Pay me my money, New York. Give me my money.
He will be in New York, but he won't be with the Yankees.
Oh, chill out with that.
That would be something, wouldn't it?
They're not paying players like that no more, Chad. The Yankees.
I know, but there's always
You know, but what? Like, fix it. Make it right to me.
Hey man, if I had the checkbook, I'll write the check, but I don't. So
Why not pay him though? I don't understand that.
I think they
Why
should.
not pay him?
You need to look at the games he's missed. You look at his age. You gotta figure all of it out. He's having a hell of a season. I'm not taking that away from him.
You wouldn't pay him? It sounds like you wouldn't pay him either.
No, I'm not. I'm saying this is why the Yankees won't.
Okay.
If you come to Boston, we give you that right now. No,
You know, Boston ain't above being petty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They will absolutely say, well, come on down the road, Death Row.
Yeah.
and you always said away. We gave you Babe Ruth.
Right. 61. Jeez, that's amazing. Shout out to him, man.
And
All
I'm
right.
going Colts.
Sound like we all going Colts, unless Chad's going a different way.
No, man, because if Mike Pittman's playing, Colts are gonna win, man.
We need
All right.
the maniac back, man.
Well, let him get healthy. I mean, y'all can win this without him.
Can't.
Y'all can win this without him.
What's the injury? What's the injury?
It's the
Back.
same injury.
Ooh.
Well, he was supposed to play last week, and they
kept him out again.
They kept him out one more week. Yeah.
Man, just shoot him.
I think he'll be back this week.
Shoot him with that cortisone, man.
No, we're trying to get that back 100%.
No,
You don't want
100%
the White
back
Howard out there, bro.
Yeah. Back injuries linger forever. The game that I think everybody's going to be tuned in to watch, get your popcorn ready, Bills, Ravens. The Bills trying to get back on track, and the Ravens trying to find their defensive footing. This ain't the game to be trying to find it, but they are trying to find their defensive footing. But their problem ain't scoring. Their problem is trying to stop somebody. So who y'all going with this one? Bills and Ravens. It's in Baltimore. They'll be playing the Wire, Michael K. Williams, Wire music right before the game. The whistle right before the game.
This is an easy game for me.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going Ravens. There is no Michael Hyde. I'm going Ravens. Lamar will tear the top off the back of that defense.
Listen, shout out to Rashad Bateman, who looked like he's stepping into his own.
And Duvernay stepping up too.
Yeah, Duvernay is do not kick the ball at that dude.
It has nothing to be biased about. I don't think it's nothing biased. I'm saying they have the best tight end in football.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm gonna say about him? More than he's the best, he's definitely the most consistent. He's going to do what he does. Love, real quick, your pick. I know you got to roll.
I'm gonna ride with you, Ravens.
Okay. There you go. Thank you, Love. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
The Ravens are, man, if they can get some defensive help. I know. Did Jason Pierre-Paul play last week or no?
I'm not sure if he played last week, but I think
so. Yeah, I don't think he played last week. I think he played.
Okay, so he's going because I know they signed him late.
Yeah.
But if they can get that pressure from him and help out their defense, then they're gonna be hard to deal with. I'm gonna say give me Ravens in a shootout. 30 plus points on both sides.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Go
right.
Buffalo.
All right, there it is. So there's our picks for the week. Real quick, let's give some good shout outs and some thoughts and final thoughts or whatever. Chad, who you going with on the shout outs this week, brother?
Man, shouting out nephew had a birthday yesterday, right? Shout him out. He was at 23, Cam.
Say that what?
I said nephew is 23 now.
Yes.
Yes, happy birthday. So shouting him out. Also prayers to my people in North Florida going through the hurricane, man. Definitely prayers to you guys, and definitely hopefully everything is gonna be all right. But those are my shout outs, man.
Wow. Cam, where you going with this week, brother?
I'm gonna shout out to a couple of defenses out there. Shout out to the Miami defense and shout out to the Colts defense for stopping one of the two dynamic offenses in the league, shutting them down. Not practically nothing, but you hold the team down to 17 points. That's pretty much average 35 last year. That's a win for me in my book.
Sure.
And then I also, because I'm not biased at all. I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I talk sports. This is what I do. I talk sports. I want to shout out my homeboy Bam Zilla for the Cowboys getting their win, for Ohio State getting their win, for the Yankees beating the Red Sox. But I am going to say this. My favorite commentator in the world is Stephen A. Smith. And he called me and told me that what can happen will happen. So I just wait for week 15, 16, 17, and I start talking in.
I like it. I was actually going to go a different route, but there is some breaking news. As we speak, this just came across the wire like a few minutes ago.
Zeke broke his arm?
Who?
Zeke.
Come on, man.
No,
that'll just open the door for Tony Pollard. Come on.
I was gonna say we need Zeke to stay healthy.
He want him out there, huh?
Right, he ain't our problem. No, this just came across from TMZ. The great Coolio.
What? Not Coolio.
Yeah, man. And so that's Gangsta's Paradise, brother. Put that dude on the map. That and Fantastic Voice, he did. That was a nice little joint too. But want to send out thoughts and prayers to his family, man. Coolio's a good dude.
For real, yeah.
So should be an interesting, and definitely want to send all our love to the good people of Florida, man. That's a crazy situation, and that this is hurricane season, y'all.
Yeah, I got a niece out there. My John's sister out there. I'm contemplating if I need to go get her.
Yeah. Well, I heard a weatherman who was terrible. I mean, he was just the absolute worst. He was like, if you stay in your home, you're gonna die. I was like, bro, you ain't gotta be so dark, bro. Like, what are we doing? Just you don't give people no hope. Like, so I don't know, man. I'm praying that people those that can get the safety and not have to, endure that whole thing, man. Then they got something to come back to when it's all said and done. So. Yeah. We sent our thoughts and prayers. Again, one more shout out to Aaron Judge. 61, bro. Jeez, 61?
Yeah, that's tough.
Ooh. How many people have said 61? 3? And this is the only one we know of that possibly did it
clean.
I mean, that's impressive, bro. That's impressive. That's impressive. That is impressive. So anyway, we digress. Appreciate y'all, man. Love each and every one of you, man. Shout out to the Rewatch Gang, those who come back and watch the show later. We appreciate y'all for sure. This has been a good night. We love each and every one of y'all. Tune in tomorrow for Believe in the ACC, which starts actually 30 minutes earlier. We'll have the great EJ Manuel on from Florida State and also the ACC Network. And then we'll be making our picks on the ACC this week. So that being said, we out this piece.
There's no mystery. Let's make history with the five. Oh, the song 1, 2, and 3. Add one more plus me and do the five. Yeah, we keep it on the floor. And the funk plus 4 and you got 5. 5. I said before. no denying.